Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, the mini bike is completed now, or I would say 90% completed. There's still little things I've got to do, but the new Predator motor is in the mini bike. It is all hooked up. I did rejet it as well. I'll go ahead and do a video of the rejet, but intake, I'm just running an open intake, exhaust over there. I did use a mounting plate, an adjustable mounting plate to get the motor on the frame. I did have to drill out a couple new holes, but what I wanted to do is get this motor as centered as possible in there. So as you can see now, the motor is pretty much dead center behind the wheel, so the weight on it should be there. I did go ahead and put on a 60 tooth rear sprocket because originally I had an 80 tooth, so this thing was super torquey. The first time I rode it, I actually lifted the front end up, did like a 10-foot wheelie. Too crazy for me. So now it's a 12 tooth front, 60 tooth rear, which gives it that 5-to-1 ratio, which is exactly what you want. Because it was so torquey, I actually blew out the original clutch that I put on, so I had to get a secondary clutch on there. Because the motor is completely centered, this pipe is cut. It's just hitting that bar right there, so I went ahead and just chopped the pipe, so now it's pretty much straight piped. But yeah, intake, rejet, exhaust, and that's about it. I am gonna have to go ahead and shorten the throttle cable because it is a little bit long. I can probably take, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches off that. But other than that, this thing is ready to go. I went ahead, replaced the rear brake pads too, because rear brake pads were shot. This thing's way faster. I mean, we're looking at double the cc's as before. So chain, I did have to shorten the chain just because it is a smaller rear sprocket, so shorten the chain on it. But other than that, this thing rips. So let's go ahead and start it up, and then we'll take it for a spin. So remove the on-off switch from up here. It's now on the motor itself. Flip this back to choke it out. And then I'm going to flip it forward.